Okay, I think we're good. Says I'm live, so we're going. All right, this is not going to be a very long live stream, and surprise, it's in the middle of the day, and I'm working on a project, and so I'm going to live stream it. It's a small project, and I'm just going to kind of do the beginning of it here. So anyway, we're going to just jump right into it. I'm not sure if there's anybody in here just yet. Okay. Again, I am not good at live streaming, so this could be a complete train wreck. Who knows? Okay. There. All right, now what I've got loaded up here is Tekla Structures version 2018, and I have a small project. It's just some pipe supports. So there's like 5 types or something like that. So anyway, this is just kind of a general overview of how I would start a small project like this. So what I have right now is the grid. This is a standard grid that pops up in the 3D view. So I'm going to get things started here and start getting things set up so that I can start modeling these pipe supports. So first thing I'm going to do is edit my grid. And I've got a total of 5 pipe supports. So, and there's not going to be any general arrangement drawings for these or erection plans. They're just going to be piece details. So I'm going to set this up to organize here. We got 5 pipe supports, so I need 4 times, we'll say 10 foot, 10 foot in the X direction, and then Y we're going to do just 1. Don't need any elevations, and for the X labels we're going to call these what they are. So that's PS01, oops, PS02, PS03, PS04, PS05. The Y we're just going to call Y. And don't need any Z information. And then I like to, as it is right now, I like to offset my origin of the grid, and when I do that, it keeps it away from the from this thing right here. It keeps it out of whatever I'm working on. It just makes for a bunch of extra lines. So I always offset that a little bit to get that away. So that looks good, and then we'll go up to view, change our work area. So that's how we're going to get started. And actually, these also have a quantity. Hang on. So the largest quantity is 4. So I'm going to add. Did I do that right? Yeah. So I got 5. Okay, and then I'm going to go 4, and then this is going to be 3 times, we'll say 5 foot. And we'll say 1, 2, 3, and 4. There. Okay. So this will be, 1 will be my main line. That's where I'm going to show. I'm going to draw the original pipe support, and then when I copy them, I'll copy them back here. And that'll give me a visual representation of the quantities. Okay, and we'll change the work area again. Okay, so that's our main grid. We're going to get that set up. Now we need a plan view. Plan view, I'm just going to make a regular basic view. Wait a minute. open up my profile, or my view properties. We'll change this to plan. It's just going to be called plan view. That's good. And then we'll go into create a new view, just a basic view at 0. So there's my plan view, showing the grid all nice and gritty. And I'm going to be working along column line 1. So I want to do an elevation view. So again, we'll open up our view properties. We'll open up elevation view, and this is just going to be elevation view. Apply. And then I have a key set up here to do a 2-point. It's not working. Hang on. Oh, hang on, I gotta do something here. Get my... So if you have a K95 keyboard like I do, sometimes you have to do this. When I load up Tekla, actually when I reset my system not too long ago. These are all of my actions that I have defined to these keys over here, which are the gaming keys or macro keys. Anyway, you can assign all those. I have to go on here and I have to click on each one. I have to load up the Q software from Corsair, and then I have to click on each one. And once I do that, then I can use them. So it's weird, something that I've put up with, but it works. Okay, so there's our elevation view. So now I think we are ready to get started. And these are really super simple pipe supports. As a matter of fact, if I'm looking at them right, the first two are really, really simple. So, oh, people are chatting. Sorry, I'm not ignoring the chat. I'm just getting started here. Hey, Eric's Barbecue. Hello, Steve. Michael, running 2018. Nice. I've only done a couple of projects now in 2018. Just finished up a big project, and now I'm doing this little one here. Probably do it this weekend. Eder, how's it going? Pretty good. Alrighty. Now we're going to draw the first two. I'm going to go ahead and start drawing these, getting them modeled, and getting them modeled anyway. Okay. So the first one is very simple. It's just a channel. So we'll go to steel. We'll go to beam. What about beam? And this is going to be a channel. So, it's a C6 by 13. That was the last channel I drew. Well, what do you know about that? Part numbering is good. Everything else is good. So I'm going to draw this in the plan view because that's where my work plane is. It's going to be right here. It's a 3-foot long channel. So we're going to hold down the control, give a point, go over 1'6". Why is that over there? 1'6", and then go over 3 feet. As we can see here, it's just a channel, and we're done. That's an easy one. 3 required. So now I'll pick that up and I'll copy it from here to there to there. Now I have 3. That's PS1. And it looks like that's it for that one. PS2 is also a C6 by 13 channel. I want to do something else here. We're going to go in here to the define attributes in the notes, and I'm going to call this PS01. Modify and OK. We'll just delete those and we'll copy these again. It's just as easy. Okay, now I'm going to take this one and I'm going to copy it because PS2 is exactly the same as PS1, except in the notes, that's going to be PS2. If you're wondering why I'm changing notes 1 to PS2, I have a video about that, about the user-defined attributes and how I use them, and this is how I use them. Because that'll be an actual, I can call that on the piece detail, and I can put in there with the actual whatever's in notes 1 and actually notes 2, and it'll put that on there. Okay, so we're good. Hey Fred, what's going on? One difference I know is that you can load point cloud files. Point cloud files in 2018. Yes, never use point clouds. Actually, don't use those. I don't use references that much either. So if you notice in all my videos, I never really talk that much about them because I very seldom ever use reference files. But I know that there was some improvements with those in 2018 as well. All right, PS3, we have quantity 1. It is a W8x24. So let's go beam. This one is an actual beam. We'll look at that, W8x24. All right, numbering's good, everything's good. Gonna come in here. This is going to be PS03. Okay. Let me give a point. This is 24 inches long, so come over a foot. Over here a foot. That is that pipe support. Let me get it in here so you guys can see it. Not that you guys don't know what a wide flange beam looks like. But what I need to do now is this has holes in it. Holes in the top. So let's go ahead and pick up our bolt command. And they're wanting 4 5/8 inch diameter holes. Okay, so let's make that 5/8 inch. Don't care about that or that or that. We don't actually, let me load in hole. Okay. 5/8 inch, and we don't care, don't care, don't care. That will come back to, all that is good. Tolerance is going to be 0 because I want a 5/8 inch diameter hole. And let's see here, I'm going to draw it in plan, so the X is going to be left and right. That's going to be my X, so that's going to be, they want them 6 inches center to center of hole. And then in this, that they need always got to have this. This is the it's got all the shapes in it, and also tells me what the usual flange gauge is. So since they're not telling me what the gauge is on that, or what the width is, I'm going to use whatever's in the book here. And for an 8x24, that's 3.5 inches. 3.5. So we got 6 inch X, 3.5 inch wide. Okay, so come in here, select the beam. Since it's holes, we don't have anything to connect to. Hold down the control. I'm going to go this way 3 inches, then back over this way 6, and there's my holes. Okay. Looking good. And that's all they need for that, and there's only one of those. So actual fabrication. All right, PS4. Okay, this one I'm going to do kind of in plan and then also in, oh guys, you guys are chatting here. Okay. I'm just trying to get caught up on the cat chat now. Inserting PDF files. I do, now that is something that Michael, that's something that I do inserting PDF files. I actually added that to my ribbon up here, insert PDF. I do that a lot when I happen to get good, clean PDFs from like from the design drawings. If they're nice and clean, the ones that I have right now are not, but it's a small job, I wouldn't do it anyway. But in a lot of them that I work with, that makes a big difference. And I do use those, especially to get like existing. I do a lot of projects where we fit things into existing areas, so I'll take and use that to trace out at least outlines, so I can get and then add depth and all that to get existing areas just for show. So I'll do that a lot too. That it saves from having to scale it and figure it all out. Sounds like I have a big fan in the room. Ah, yes. Sorry about that. Actually do have a big fan in the room. It's the AC, and it's right above me, the register is, and I can't do anything about that. I do apologize for that. I need to figure out a way to get that, not, I can shut it off, but then it gets really warm in here. So, sorry. But other than that, does the audio sound okay? I'm not clipping or anything, am I? That's something I'm always worried about. I've got the levels down at least a little bit. Improvement of scaling PDFs in Tekla. That I don't know about. In 2018, there used to be a program that you could use once you inserted the PDF. You could use it to scale. You'd give 2 points, two known points. Like if there was a dimension on the PDF, and you can give those 2 points, and then you would scale that, and then you would also put in what the actual scale distance was, and it would scale it up automatically. And that was something that came from the warehouse. It's been around for a while. It used to work really well, but I think in the last version, at least the last version, I used it in 2017, maybe 2017 or 2017. And I had trouble with it not really working very well. So I do it the old-fashioned way now, and I'll actually physically scale whatever if I have a dimension on there that says it's 20 foot, I'll scale between those 2 points, and then whatever I scale, I take the 20 foot in this case and divide it by whatever I came up with, whatever I scaled off of there, and then go into the actual settings for the scale of the PDF, and it's over here, I think in the references. You go in here, and whichever one you had set in there, you can change its scale that way. So I do it manually, and then moving it around is not really all that convenient, but that's, once you get it set up, it's fine. If I used AISC's online detailing tool, no, I didn't know that they had one. I'll have to check that out. This is just on the just AISC. Is it AISC.org? All right. I'm just reading here. Digital sound on it. Yeah, I think that's the live streaming thing here. Digital hum. Yeah, that's the fan. Sorry. Everything's cool. All right. All right. I need to get busy here again. I need to touch the camera, because I have to do that every now and then, or else it shuts off. Isn't that lovely? PDF scaling problems come from the source. PDF scaling factor or problems, yeah, almost always come from the source. I don't usually use PDF files that I get, and I might be kind of backtracking from what I said earlier. I will use PDF files mostly to get existing information if it's not given to me to help lay stuff out, just to get a sense of what's going on around on the rest of the plan. So we'll have the new stuff, and then I will show the existing stuff. If I happen to have that information, if I have that file and it's a clean file and I can bring it in, PDF. Other than that, I don't generally, and never have, trust anybody else's work. So when I get PDFs in that show the design, I don't normally use that as being, put my columns wherever their grids are, and I don't usually do that because, again, I don't trust other people's drawings, and just because they make a mistake and I copy it doesn't make it still their mistake. That now makes it my mistake. So I try not to do that. Try to draw as precise as I can. Okay, I got to get back to work. So we're on PS4. This is this one actually has some stuff going on with it, so I'll go over here. And it starts off with, this one has a base plate on it. So I'm going to draw a plate. Just a plate. This is a 1/2 inch plate. A3, 6. Numbers are good. Behind is fine. They want these to be 10 by 10. So we need a 10 inch by 10 inch plate. So I'm going to hold down the control. I'm going to move over 5 inches and then up 5, 10, 10, 10, and close. So there's my plate. They want 1 inch, 5/8 inch holes that are 1 inch in from the edge. Let's pick up our bolt again. 5/8, we got holes. So this is going to be, what do we have here? 10 by 10 plate. They want them 1 inch in. So it's going to be an 8 by 8 pattern. So let's do it like that. 8 by 8. And then we'll select our plate. Let me give a point right in the middle. Control point in the middle, come over 1 inch and then over 8 inches. So there's our holes. Looking good. Alright. Then I have a W4 by 13. This is a column, but I'm going to draw it as a beam. So we're going to come in here. And it is a W4 by... And my light just went out. And now back on. And now off. Now on. Yeah, I need to fix that. Well, that's dark. Alright, well, it'll have to be dark for a minute until I can turn that back on. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay, W4 by 13. A992 class. I'll make that 5. W. I'm going to call notes. This is going to be PS4. Okay, so here, if I draw this from the bottom up, it's going to automatically be a column, and I don't want that, so I'm going to draw it from the top down. It's 2'1" and 2'1" and 5/8. So control 2'1", 5/8, and then back down to here. And of course, oh, I'm never good at this. Rotation. That to be middle. There we go. And then up at the top, I've got an actual beam. This is a W 6 by 25. That's good. That's good. That's good. This one I want to go. Maybe we'll draw like that. I'm going to draw it here. This is 18 inches long, so it'll come out 9, 1'6", and then we will adjust this. Let's just move it up. Great. That looks good. Okay. Last thing is I'm going to select this one and this one, and I'm going to add to that assembly. So now that is all one piece. And this is PS. Oops, this is actually. Alright, well, they got these going all over the place. This is actually PS5. So let's move this over to here. It's PS5 now. Let's select that. Make that PS5. And there are 4 of these. So we'll copy that 4 times. And PS4 is actually very similar to those, so we're going to copy that over to here. I'm going to change that to PS4. Okay, and that is a W6 by 25. It's also a W6 by 25 at the top, but it's a little bit longer. It's 24 inches, so we'll move this out 3 inches. Out 3 inches. And the big difference is this is only 2 3/4 inches tall. That down. Okay. That should all still be an assembly, which it is. It's a short little guy. And then there are 2 of those. Make sure the holes are still in there. Move. Copy. Okay. So that should be our pipe supports. So we've got PS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 3 of 1, we have 3 of 2, we have 1 of PS3, PS4 is up there, so there's 2 PS4s, and there are 4 PS5s. Let's save that. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up. I just kind of wanted to draw these right now, just show you. This is how I got started. This is how I start a lot of these projects like this. I get a lot of small projects like this. Next will be the drawings, and I might do another. I don't know if I'll do another live stream for that or not, but now I'm just kind of hanging out here. I do actually have a couple of minutes before I need to move on. Well, let's see, where was I? Fred, Facebook messaging me the link. Is that what that was? My watch dinged just a minute ago. Okay. Awesome. I will check that out and see what that's all about. Thank you, Fred. I might even actually put that in the description maybe later. What the link to the AISC's website is for something there. Whatever, for detailing, I think is what you said. What is the main subject of today? The main subject is me just drawing some stuff in Tekla 2018. I might actually do the drawings for these. I don't have time to do those right now, but that might be something for later. I might do that this weekend if you guys be interested in it this weekend. Get back to work, Fred, if you haven't gone already. And thank you very much. And thanks for your contributions. Really appreciate that. And you should, yeah, absolutely start doing some live streams. They're awesome. It took me about an hour to get everything set up because nothing was working right, but I got it going. So it's always fun. Am I getting along with the new dialogues in 2018? Yeah, actually, the properties dialogue, I actually really like it. And the way that it's shown right now, I don't normally have it on the big screen here. I have two screens, and this is the one I normally work on. This is normally sitting right over here, just right off the screen. I don't dock it because I want as much space, real estate on the big screen here. Let me see if my light's working again. Because that was really weird that it went out, started flashing and went out. Maybe it got overheated, I don't know. But yeah, I do like the new dialogues, and hoping that they continue along with that the same look and the same feel as the dialogues as they are now, or with this properties dialogue. Thank you for being a fan, 500 miles. I appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys, actually. This is, you guys actually inspire me to do more videos with the subscriptions and all the comments and all the social media stuff that I get. I think it's great. I love it. I appreciate every one of you guys. And it will automatically be on the live stream, or it'll be on the channel as soon as it's done, actually, here. It'll be available, or shortly after. I think it takes it a minute to process. So if you weren't here for the live, you can watch it afterwards. All right. Michael, yeah. Using the swap command, I don't know if this is also a tip that I had at one point. I don't have it up there right now, but let me just, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's do this. My contextual toolbar, which I normally have hidden away up here, I use this quite a bit, and you can see right here in it, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have the swap handles actually attached to that, and it's with the beam command, and it's with most of the major commands, the column, all the different entities that I have that in there, because I use that a lot, and because I always forget. And sometimes it's much easier, in a case like what I had here where I was drawing, I had the point I wanted was at the bottom and I needed to go to the top. It's a lot easier just to give those 2 points rather than giving a control point and a point up to the top and then back down. It's 6 of one, half a dozen other. You can do that, or you can just draw it from the bottom to the top, and then select it and use the swap handles. So I don't know. Sometimes it could go either way, but yeah, I do use the swap handles. I do that a lot. Could you please talk a bit into K95 next time? The K95 motherboard that I have, if you're talking about the motherboard itself, I do have a video on that. It's one of the Tekla Tech Talks. I don't remember which one. I think it was Tekla Tech Talk 3, because I got this about a year ago, and I think that's when I talked about it. And that was one of the impetuses of the Tekla Tech Talk, that particular series, because I had this keyboard and I wanted to talk about it. So that was why that segment was in there. But it's great, and I don't know that they actually sell this one anymore. This one has 18 programmable keys on the side, and I don't think that they sell this model anymore. I've seen it. You could probably get it on eBay or someplace like that. You could probably get them. I don't think that they sell them new anymore. I haven't seen them anyway. But yeah, they're awesome keyboards. Anytime you can get that many programmable keys on it, that's awesome. And I have them almost all filled up. I fill them up a little bit at a time. It's taken. I've had it for a little over maybe about a year, maybe a little bit more, and it's taken me a while to fill those all up. Fill up the with Tekla stuff, and I also use it for other programs as well. Process for drawings would be awesome. I might do that because when I'm done here, and which I'm going to have to wrap it up here in just a few, but when I'm done here, I got to go pick up the, got to get ready to pick up the daughter, so school and all that. So that's the reason why I just kind of wanted to throw this in there real quick. So I don't really have time to do the drawings right now, but I will be doing them later, and I might actually do them tonight. And if I do, maybe I'll do a video of that and then put it up, or maybe a live stream. The live stream's a little bit easier. New dialogues look great. Can't wait for 2018 educational to come out. Nice. Hey Frenchman, I just saw you. How's it going? Got some great videos too. I watch every one of them, and actually a couple of tips in there that I've taken from you, which is good. You guys should check out his channel if you haven't done that already. Hey David, thank you. Appreciate that. And I'm glad that you have learned, because that's the whole purpose of me doing all of this. When I first started with Tekla, there wasn't very many channels that did this, that showed things, or that had any somewhat regular content. I know I don't put out a lot of videos, but it had somewhat regular content that showed all of the little ins and outs, and especially trying to keep up with the newer versions, because versions come at you so quick that sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything that's in there. So I'm glad that you guys learn from these. That's the big thing. And sometimes a lot of the tips and a lot of the things that I show, a lot of the techniques and whatever, seem like they might be kind of basic or remedial, but in the same token, when I first started, I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. So when you're first starting, just to see it done, I think makes a big difference. So and if you're experienced, sometimes you can look and see how other people do things and go, oh, that's how I do it too. So it's either, reassuring, or maybe you see something that you didn't know, which has happened before as well. So alrighty, well, I think my problem is getting clear keycaps for K95. The keycaps themselves should be standard. You should be able to get them anywhere. I don't know of a good place. I haven't actually looked to find them. I know that there was somebody on the forum who mentioned that they did that, and it looked like they had clear keycaps and that they had put made their own icons to put in there for all the different. They also had K95, and they bought these keycaps, the clear ones. I think they were clear. I don't know. There was a picture. I'm just going off of memory now. It's been a little while since I've seen it. But yeah, that would be if you could find them. Again, I don't know where you find them. Can't help you there. I haven't tried to look for them yet. I just I know what the numbers are, and then I have a little cheat sheet that I keep. That well, it's around here somewhere. Thankfully, I don't need it because I don't see it. It's normally sitting right here in front of the keyboard, but anyway, yeah. So I have a little cheat sheet that I use. You're welcome, Frenchman. You're welcome. And I hope you put out. I've seen you've been kind of working hard there. So you put out quite a few videos here recently. So those were very informative. And you also gave me, I think the one thing that I looked at, what sticks out in my mind right away was that when you were showing your drawings, that you had shaded in your steel, and I just the look of that on the drawings I think looks really nice. And I usually shade in existing stuff, but now I'm kind of thinking I'm going to start shading in the steel part of it because it just makes it stand out so much more. So good on you. K95 is special space. Normal caps don't fit well for G keys. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that. So, yeah, that might be a problem. Maybe I don't know what they did. This other person did. I'll have to check on the forum and see what they did. I don't know if they bought new keycaps or if they just took and printed something out and stuck it to the top of the keys that are on there. I don't know. That could have been the case as well. But anyway. Did anybody have any questions about what I just did on here? This is all pretty simple stuff, other than wanting me to do the drawings, which I'm not going to do right now. Otherwise, I think we are. Oops, I think we're done with this. I don't have anything else on these to show you. They're all. Or anything in 2018. There's a lot of new features, but I'm still playing with it, to be honest with you. I generally use the commands that I need to use, and that's about it. I don't usually branch out into the new features. Occasionally I do, and a lot of the new features that I'm using, or that they come up with, you just start using because you need them. But if you don't need them, then there's really no point in using them. So, I'm not going to try to use something that I don't really need just to get it to fit in there. But so it works a lot like what I was using in 2017, and I used 2016 quite a bit, and then I went right into 2017. I used 2017 for several projects, and then I think when 2018 was in beta, I switched to 2017 because they had some features in there that I wanted to use. They had some, I think it had to do with the opaque text. You could either have it opaque or transparent, and you could also change with the notes on the drawings. You could give the angle of the notes and the associative notes and the notes themselves or whatever, and that was something that I needed to do. So I switched to 2017i and used that, and I never had any problems with it. And then that was an easy transition into 2018. So I use basically all the same things. I haven't used the spiral beam yet, other than to play with it. And a lot of the other, I still haven't used the organizer very much, but I know that a lot of people do. So anyway, on that note, I know I've said this about 6 times now, but I'm going to have to go now. So I'm going to shut this down, and one last look at the chat. Yeah, just and yeah, same thing with that. You can the shortcut keys are probably one of the biggest time savers in Tekla, and whether you use the keyboard, just a regular keyboard, and do it that way, or you have special keys set aside, function keys or whatever, and I've seen where other people have gotten separate keyboards, like little USB keyboards that resemble numeric keypads that Windows recognizes as a separate keyboard, and you can program things on that as well. So I've seen that. I've seen all kinds of other devices that people have been using to get extra function keys, or not function keys, but macro keys, or just quick keys. And anytime you can do that, that's a plus, and that's really been a big time saver for me as well. Organizer might be an interesting area to talk about. I agree, but I would have to. That's one of those things I think I'm going to have to just play with and use it and see how I would use it, and because I hate to talk about if it's something that I don't know how to use. It makes it difficult to show people how to use it if you don't know how to use it yourself. So that's how it is with me. Alrighty, and on that's it. Now I'm done. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let me give you the big shot here. So that's it. I'm gonna shut this one down, and I appreciate you guys showing up, for those who did, and for those who are watching this after the fact. It will be up as a regular video, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'm usually almost always answer as many questions as what I can, if I'm able to, or if I can't, other people who look at the comments can maybe also help. So once again, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Maybe I'll do another one this weekend, I don't know. So have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you guys later.